magic. We're magic. Magic Mondays with Colleen.
Uh-oh. Oh, whoa. Okay. I thought maybe this was dead, but open rare. Okay. So, hey, Energy Party people. It's that time again. Another rousing episode of Magic Mondays. I'm your hostess with the mostest, Colleen McCann. Colleen McCann. Yeah, so how's your week going so far? We're almost in May. Isn't that crazy? I don't know why it always seems crazy. Seriously, the passage of time for me is kind of weird. That's just kind of how it is. Yeah. So, so I want to welcome you, whether you're watching live or in the future. I appreciate you immensely. Yeah, and just put it out there. If I can make up a personalized theme song for you, just send me a message, and you can send that message to energyhealingwithcolleen.com. Okay, so let's see. Yay, Yvonne is here. Hi, Yvonne. And I'm glad you're here. And here we go. Here's your theme song.
Yvonne is in the house. Check her out.
Seriously, that goes through my head on a regular basis, which is just funny to me. Yeah, like a bunch of them do. Well, the regular ones. Anyway, what do I have to say? Excuse me. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of talking. And speaking of talking, well, I'll get to that in a second. But I'm going to go ahead and play another theme song for somebody who I don't know if she always watches, but I know she doesn't have a way of communicating while watching. So this one's for you, Gabby.
Gabri J, Gabri K, Gabrielle is here today. Welcome.
Welcome. Okay. Well, let's go ahead. I'm going to mention my sponsor probably a couple times today, but they're kind of yeah. This one, I think this is going to be really helpful for a lot of people, and I mean that. So let's see. So they gave me a little bit of promo here. Is your baby a real? Is your baby? I'm sorry, line. Is your baby a royal pain? Always hungry, crying, and needy? Well, I'd like to introduce you to today's sponsor, Baby on Board. Assimilate Junior into the hive mind for your peace of mind. Because aren't you worth a little time to yourself? Baby on Board. Okay. So thank you to our sponsor, but we'll make a point of giving them another shout out before we're done here today. Yay! Shannon's here. She says howdy. And you know what that gets you. Da, da, da. Here we go.
Shannon is here. Hey, Dr. Shannon.
Hey. Oh my God. Thank God for chiropractors. Whew. Seriously, Shannon, yeah, I don't know how you feel about this, but, and I didn't see this coming when I was becoming a chiropractor, but man, is it handy to be married to a chiropractor. Yeah. And I dare say he'd say the same thing about being married to a chiropractor / energy healer. So, not to toot my own horn. Okay, so Coop, are you that needy baby right now? Yeah, I'm going to bring you on in a second, but cool your jets, buddy. Okay, he says, hey, everybody. Just teasing. JK, LOL. I'm feeling a little extra something today, which I haven't. It might be a little giddiness. I'm in a big growth phase, and life just keeps getting more and more interesting. Yeah. So, what do I want to mention next? Well, excuse me. Yeah. So okay, I'm just gonna cut to it. Bottom line is I'm gonna have a once a month at this point, once a month uh, gig as a radio talk show host. Yes. I don't think we say hostess anymore, do we? Except for the cupcakes. Am I right? Anyway, and so I'm going to call it the Empowered Empath. I think it might be a call-in thing, you know. But basically, I think it's kind of going to be this. I'm kind of thinking it's Magic Mondays, the after party. Teasing, but yeah, it's completely up to me how I want to do this. I told this woman, well, I have a tendency to swear, and she's like, you just be your authentic self. There's no censorship. I'm sure there's censor. Well, okay. So the name of this is News for the Soul. So you can tell the vibe of it. She's been doing this. She's had this News for the Soul thing. Radio started as a newspaper in 97 and became this. And she's sustained it for like 27 years. And she invited me, and it's like, that's interesting. Yeah. And she has a worldwide audience. And that's really intriguing to me because I'm on a mission to help sensitive women reclaim their magic and empowerment with energy work worldwide, like worldwide. So I have a pretty big vision. And so this happened. It's like, oh, that's interesting. Um, yeah, at the very least, it's going to be good experience. And this has prepared me for that. Yeah. And writing my book prepared me for this. So it's interesting when you have a vision and you live into the feeling of it. And yeah. And thank you, Mary Morrissey, yeah, for everything. Not everything, but a lot. Anyway, mentoring is lovely. And while I'm mentioning mentoring, that's kind of hard to say. Um, I'm super excited about my upcoming early adopter group of my Love and Magic mentoring that's starting Wednesday, officially starting Wednesday, May 14th. And this radio thing starts Tuesday, um, May 13th. So, and it starts with the founder, Nicole Whitney. She'll be interviewing me to establish my show. And then it's the second Tuesday at 11. Apparently, I don't know why I keep picking 11. But I have to say, I kind of mapped it out for the year, and my show will be on 11/11 at 11/11. So that's pretty great. So it's going to be a big wish day if you're in my world. So anyway, yeah. So things are expanding, and what am I trying to say? A lot of things at the same time because, as I said, I'm a little giddy. And it's really interesting in this expansion place. And when you feel like you're in an expansion place, yeah, like I'm opening up into brand new territory for me and really going for it. Um, and something to keep in mind when you are in one of those places, whatever that is for you, the idea of upper limiting. So, meaning we all, like our subconscious has us like in a safe container of what we kind of know works, even if it kind of doesn't, but it keeps us in this kind of comfortable pattern. That's a lot of air quotes. Um, and as you start expanding out of that, you just might notice then that's when you're like high as a kite on life and the opening up of your world, and then something comes into your experience and knocks you out of your orbit, kind of to keep you in your place subconsciously. And when you get aware of that, thank you, Gay Hendricks, in the book The Big Leap. Wow, it just gives me an extra lens to look at energy through, and the gifts it has given me to be aware of as I'm really expanding, um, to be really aware of when I start feeling a little shitty or I start noticing those thoughts creeping in. It's like, come on, Colleen, it's once a month. And who knows how many people listen to this? And maybe nothing will happen with the radio things. Like, what the fuck? Really? And so, but I'm on to you, upper limiting. And so I get out my pendulum and I ask, hey, am I upper limiting right now? Yeah. And then I go through his kind of levels of questioning. And mine, as I've mentioned before, and I highly suggest you check it out, or hire me for a session, and I'd be happy to check it out with you. Um, and if you're in my group, um, yeah, I'm naturally going to share how to use this. And man, it's a game changer. Um, but I get out my pendulum and ask, am I upper limiting? And my main barrier is outshining people. And my mom has been the big star of that one. And that's not to say anything negative about mom. It's just that's the energy that resonates, that's being held in me, that's holding me back. And it's just, man, it's been a treasure trove of really interesting stuff. Um, and the idea of carrying a parent's emotions that they couldn't handle, that shit's real. And when you start digging into that, um, so interesting. Anyway, I know I'm all over the place, but well, this is nothing new for you if you've watched for a while. Yeah. So, oh, this is what I wanted to share. I knew there was something really important here. Um, yeah. So Nicole of News for the Soul, um, she sent me a banner that I can put on my website for my show, saying, listen to my show free on News for the Soul. And I was doing something yesterday, and Dave sent me a text, and he played with it a little bit, and this is what he created. And no, I'm not going to use this for reels, but it makes me happy. So, and if you're not looking at your screen right now, it's an old picture of me hanging on the pole that's in our bedroom that I haven't used for quite a while. And it's just something we have to kind of work around as we're in our bedroom. But anyway, yeah, so I thought that was a lovely little gift from my husband. Yeah, anyway, so, da, da, da. Aw, yay. Oh gosh, well, I missed all these messages. So Art and Erica say it's 11:11. So even though we're past that now, um, make a wish. We're gonna put up something pretty, and we're gonna make a wish. Ooh, my fake magazine cover. Let's do it. Make a wish. Okay. So, oops, sorry. Okay, and they also said, well, obviously now they're here, and hope everyone is having an amazing day. Well, thanks, guys. And you know what that gets you? It's going to get you something in just a second. Here we go.
Art and Erica, Erica and Art. Thank you for joining us, doing your part. Yeah!
Yeah. Yay. Well, thanks for being here. Okay, well, another thing. Oh, well, so as far as the Love and Magic mentoring goes, I haven't decided if I'm going to stop accepting people into the group uh, once we start, or if it's going to be an ongoing thing. Well, that's what's part of being an early adopter is it's working itself out, and it's been a really interesting and super cool and exciting project. Um, yeah. So, but if you are interested in what I'm calling a disco call, but really a free discovery call, meaning we'll talk, see where you're at. Um, I'll, if nothing else, you'll probably learn a little bit about yourself or have some food for thought. And, just going into it, no, I'm going to tell you what my offer is, but there is no pressure, no pressure whatsoever. And at the very least, we'll have a lovely talk. But I would love it if you would contact me if you are at all interested. And I'm going to share a little story. Um, yeah, so energyhealingwithcolleen.com. Or if you happen to have my phone number, text me. That's the fastest way. Um, but if you, I'm going to share this because just in case this is your story about possibly if you're like, oh, should I do that call? So several years ago now, I thought about writing a book for forever and half-assed it. I'd make a declaration, I'm writing a book, and then like literally like 2 days later, I didn't know what the fuck I was doing. So yeah. Oof. And so my long term, well, she started out maybe as my patient. It was so long ago. I don't think I'm disrupting any HIPAA information. But anyway, and then my energy healing client, and then my friend, and like a mixture, and then my mentor. She became my book coach, book writing coach. And so we've had this lovely, man, how great is it that I got to be coached to write a book? Ooh, cue tears. By somebody who saw me. Oh, yeah, I think she first came to me for network chiropractic. So I was still a chiropractor, and but I was morphing into an energy healer exclusively. And she was present for like the unfolding of all of that. And so what a great mentor for my book writing. Whew! Anyway, and so 4+ years ago, she created a quiz, and like I think I saw it on Facebook, and it was quiz to see, and I love a quiz, and I even bought a quiz making course, which I have not done yet, at least, and maybe I don't have to. I'm always on the lookout for ways that I can enjoy getting myself out there. Anywho, um, yeah, and then things show up like radio, like, okay. Um, yeah, so I took her quiz to see what kind of a writer I was, and I believe I was a visioneer. Anyway, and the the quiz ended with, well, when you get your results, then it's an invitation to talk to her, like a very generous, I believe it was like a 1 hour call, just to talk about, no pressure, and talk about maybe writing a book. And I'm like, oof. I really sat on it for a while because I didn't want to I didn't want to waste her time, because I'm not going to buy her program. Like, I knew that. Um, and then I'm like, what the hell? I think I texted her and she's like, sign up for it. Like, who cares? Just sign up for it. So I did. And in that call, I got very clear that I was going to write a book and do her program. So, yeah. And that's where that beautiful relationship started, even though I knew that I wasn't going to work with her in the way that she was going to try to sell me. Well, she didn't try to sell me on shit. She just made an offer. Um, yeah. So, wow. Well, that was a long story to say, you might want to think about, if you're even considering this at all, even just a little bit, send me a message. Tell me that. Then we'll have a conversation. Maybe we'll have a text conversation or an email conversation for a while. Chances are great, if you're sensitive, you don't realize you're magical yet, and I'd love to help you with that. I guess it's as simple as that. Anywho, what else do I want to say? So I think I've made my point there. And I'm just going to put it out there. One of the beautiful things um, that's come out of, well, my body of work for the last 18+ years, and the mentoring I'm still currently receiving from Mary Morrissey, which is helping me look at things differently and use my brain differently. Yeah, well, so the combination of that, um, well, we'll see what's going to happen with this. Yeah, but if you want to be an early investor, early adopter, I promise you, I will make it worth your while. And part of that is going to be how Mary Morrissey starts her stuff. is you need to have a dream. Like you create a dream and ultimately you feel your way into it while you're shifting your thoughts. And there's some intricacies to it. But boy, has it opened up my world. Um, yeah, I did not know this was my dream. Welcome to my world. Whew, I've had the privilege of doing a lot of energy at work around acclimating to feeling things I've never felt before as I'm expanding. Man, and when you have this skill and this way of viewing the world and your energy, it's it's sort of indescribable. It's so magical, and trying to help people see this worldwide, because I'm on this mission to help sensitive women reclaim their magic and their empowerment with energy work and tweaking the way you look at things. Man, and when you shift your focus to a focus maybe you didn't know you had permission for, or didn't know existed, well, as I so delicately so often say, it'll change your whole fucking world, and it shifts the trajectory of your experience in this life thing. And I can't tell you how gratifying it is to me to, I don't know, I'm really not in a hurry for it, but I just keep thinking, well, I'm in the doorway of 60. Like, whew, and I feel like I'm just getting started, and I've gotten started on many things. Like, oh yeah, I became a doctor once. Oh yeah, I wrote a book. And I don't say that to brag. I say that to, like, I did not see this coming, but one of my gifts is, as I mentioned throughout my book, okay, I haven't used this for a while. But one of the
Drink.
okay, so I was going to say something about my book, and I decided to get my stupid little sound instead of completing my thought. Um, let's just say the book is the gift that keeps on giving. And what I was going to say is that I mentioned throughout my book, I think one of my gifts and what I highly encourage is um, that I go where I'm led, which leads me to this amazing um, picture I got from a friend and reader of my book and user of my work. Like, I don't think I've done a session for her for over a decade, but she's using what she learned way back then, and which makes me so happy. And she now, since we work together, like we're still friends, but um, since we officially work together, she's had a child, and now he's this 8-year-old little wizard. And she sent me this picture of him with his first pendulum, which I put in my newsletter. Yeah, and it's just like, oh my gosh, her sharing her magic and how she helps herself to feel better. And now she's shared that with him, and okay, and what I was thinking of, what I was just talking about, on the back of the top of his pendulum, it says, "Live bold, trust your instincts." And I'll just say that to me, that's like going where you're led. Like, I'm trusting my instincts. If where you're being led is something wackadoodle like jumping off the cliff to your death, um, okay, that's not what I'm talking about, but we all know that. So I don't know why I feel the need to give that public service announcement. Anyway, yeah. So, so yay to this little wizard who is learning from his mama how to understand himself more, and and learn how to start clearing himself when he feels a little off at 8. Can you imagine? Like, I don't know what being a kid was like for you, but it was rough. I mean, it wasn't completely rough for me, thank God. I didn't have a horrible setup except not understanding my sensitivities, and it was rough. Yeah. Anyway, so yay to Janelle and her little boy, and so lovely. And I guess we'll bring Coop on in a second. Thanks for hanging in there, Coop. Um, oh, before we get to this, and I won't forget because I'm about to click on it. Um, but one of the other things I wanted to mention back to the Love and Magic mentoring, and it doesn't have to be working with me, but really consider investing in yourself. Do you ever invest in yourself and your well-being? I get like, yeah, you're investing in your future or your retirement or whatever, but I've even heard this from like top stock investors, like investing in yourself is the best thing you can invest in. Invest in your knowledge or your health or your whatever it is. And if you feel inspired to invest in your magic, let's have one of these talks. Um, yeah, and I mean you. Okay, I'm just being a dork. Okay, I've shown this before, but I've threatened to do this, but I officially did it the other day. Is I created a in part of one of my Mary Morrissey work, she encouraged us to create a headline. And so I did, and I took it a step further and created a magazine. And yes, the magazine is fake. Don't look for it. Uh, just like in Spinal Tap, the Electric Banana, a club that they talked about. Don't look for it; doesn't exist. Okay, I digress. Yeah, so basically, I created this fake magazine called L'Empath, making it French to make it like fancy or something. And I do love this hot, hot, hot summer read of my book. And yeah, and I finally got this graphic to fit properly on the canvas I just ordered of it. Um, and before, this is such a boring story, and I'll bring you on in a second, Coop. But yeah, the former graphic cut off my editor's name, Georgia B. Crawford, which is a female version of my real estate name when I was a child of George B. Crawford. And I was like, I don't want George. There's a dude is not going to be the editor of this magical women's magazine, L'Empath, that I'm being featured in this month and always because it'll live on a canvas in our living room somewhere. Okay, or maybe behind me. Looks like there's some prime real estate there. Okay, so without further ado, okay, get ready for your close-up, Coop. Oh, and I'm going to play one more theme song because I know she listens at least sometimes. So here we go.
They call her Pam. Welcome.
Welcome. Okay, Coop, for realsies now. Get ready for your close-up. Here we go.
Ooh, ooh, we're catching up with Coop. We're catching up with Coop. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, everybody.
That one's for the camera. Okay, how are you doing?
Pretty good for Monday. It's finally sunny here. It's been gray and drizzly for the past couple of days. So
Yeah,
nice.
it's been vacillating between the two for us here as well. And I realize we're heading into what people down here call May gray. So that's kind of
Oh,
fun.
okay. All right.
But yay.
Yeah.
Yay,
Yeah.
the
Here
weather's
already.
lovely. Yeah.
So
Anything new to report?
not a thing, which I guess in some ways is good. So it could be worse. But no, I haven't. No, I've still been kind of scrambling to figure out my whole selling situation on a marketplace. And so I feel like I've been, so yeah, no, I haven't got any traction on our long-term projects because I feel like I've been focusing on, although I'm in good shape. It's just, I don't know. I'm concerned by, so I'm trying different platforms and things like that. So none of them are as good as my sales rate was before, but maybe put them all together. Yeah, I can keep on going. So I just want to have the time to, because yeah, I never called you to talk about our Amazon merch on demand application, that kind of thing. So
Don't worry about that.
Okay. So yeah,
Yeah.
otherwise though, no, I mean, no, Aries finally ate. He didn't eat very well all week, but I finally So I went to the grocery store and I bought bologna, and I bought like thin sliced deli chicken turkey breast, like for sandwiches.
Mm-hmm.
He wouldn't eat the bologna for whatever reason, but he loved the turkey. He ate a whole package of turkey yesterday. As long as I hand feed him the slices of turkey, he ate it. But he wouldn't eat anything else.
Interesting.
But today he ate turkey pot pie. After I hand fed him the chunks of turkey out of it, then he ate the rest of it. So I don't know. So no, I mean it's just, but he still gets up. He wants to go for walks all the time. Still, he walks a little slower. He is getting pretty old too. So I mean, I don't know.
How old is he?
14 at least.
And for that,
he's as old as the oldest husky that we ever had. He died when I was in high school. He had cancer, and one day he couldn't get up off the floor, kind of thing. I don't want to wait that long. So anyway, so that's kind of, I don't know. Just like 2 weeks ago, I was going, wow, he's really doing pretty well for how old he was out there trotting around, and he had good energy, and so I jinxed it. I don't
know. Well, it sounds like you are catering to him, and I hope he's enjoying that.
Yeah, I spend more on food for him than I did spend on food for me, which is not. It's not like I'm intentionally depriving myself. It's just that's how it works out mathematically. And yeah, no. So I buy all his dog food. It's good stuff, and he won't eat it. So it kind of is sort of frustrating.
But, well, that's not fun. Well, sending love to me.
No, he's always been really, really finicky. So I don't know. I still think maybe he's still getting over. He had the bad mole. So I don't know. It seems like he's getting better, but yeah, it just I have to go. I'm going to longer and longer lengths to get food in him. So
it sounds like nothing alarming is happening. Just maybe he's slowing down a little bit.
Yeah, it sounds like he's. I mean, if he's hungry, he eats. He'll eat the food. So if he doesn't eat it, I assume he doesn't want it, right? I mean, so yeah, maybe he doesn't want to eat.
I mean, he's your dog, so I'm sure you're in touch with, like, does he seem unhappy?
Yeah, he does.
Oh.
Yeah. Though he's seen that way for a long time. Since the kids left, since the family split up, the dogs seemed rather subdued. They were pretty bored by just me. They liked a lot of activity and stuff. Yeah.
And especially huskies, right?
Yeah, they're very social. They really like having a lot of. They're a good family dog, I think.
Yeah.
They always cruise around, checking everybody, make sure everybody's okay. So yeah. So I don't know. I mean, maybe he's got bad teeth. He's had teeth out before. Maybe his teeth are bothering him. But then again, I mean, I feed him all soft stuff, and I don't know. So. Again, he eats some stuff, then not others. He's hungry for the other stuff. He really is like, when he is eating, he's really into eating. He really wants it. It's just hard finding that thing. That's all.
Yeah. So I have a question for you. I hope it's not insensitive at all. But do you consider like you're always going to have a dog or dogs?
I decided yes, I am gonna. When he goes, I'm gonna get another dog.
I'm just curious, just because it popped into my head. But would a puppy or a new dog? Do you think that would be of value to Aries?
No.
Like for the extra action, or do you feel like he's?
I think he would be annoyed. He'd be annoyed, and I would worry he'd feel like I'm trying to replace him. Like I have this other thing to pay attention to. So
okay. I was just curious. Thank you for answering my question.
Somebody cautioned me about that. So don't get a new dog until he's gone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I haven't had a dog for so long, so I wouldn't know. So
it kind of fits with his personality too. He was not like a loving, romping playmate for Allie.
So he's more of like interested in people.
Yeah. So, especially if they smell good. Yeah, but no, he's not like a really not really social with the other dogs. He's a typical like alpha male kind of dog. He's kind of like, yeah, I'm here. I'm the head of the pack, and yeah, you're all just I don't know. He's not like really loving towards other dogs. He's fine with them. He doesn't bite them but he's not like yeah. So
Well, I think it's official. Do not get a new dog
like,
until.
but I have played with the idea. It's like, do I really like every time I want to go somewhere, it's like, do I bring him with me? He doesn't do well in the car either. He doesn't relax in the car. Allie would just fall asleep. He's just constantly, I don't know if he gets car sick or what. So I don't know. So yeah, it's always a big deal. I have to find somewhere to leave him or bring him with me. And so, but then again, it's like, do I really want to be going places anyway? And just he gets me up. He gets me. I get every morning. First thing I do is take a walk with him, and it's just a good way to start the day. And I appreciate having the company. And coming home is just the best because he's so happy to see me. It's just dog love is the purest love I've ever had. So,
Oh.
so yeah, I'm thinking.
And your mom? What's your mom saying right now? How dare you?
No, I see. That's the but it's even but humans are always complicated and there's layers and
I'm kidding.
dogs are just you're my god, I love you.
Yeah. Oh. Well, Blanca Jasmine says, "Hey y'all. So, okay, Blanca, let's play your theme song. Here we go."
Blanca, oh Blanca, thank you for showing up today. Yay!
Yay! Hey, well, thanks for being here, Blanca. And she just said, when I was sick at home, I was very demotivated to help myself, but a dog helped me. By helping feed a dog, I was able to feed myself to health. Wow, that's beautiful. Thanks for sharing that, Blanca. Yeah. Oof. Yeah.
That's a good.
Well, I'll tell you one thing. I'm going to poof myself right now. But if a certain thing happened but I wouldn't get a dog though. I'd get a cat.
Yeah.
I'm definitely more of a cat person. Yeah. Anyway. Wah, wah. Okay. So that being said, I'd like to, before we get into the magic, I'm going to welcome back my sponsor, our sponsor for this week. That's right. And one moment. Is your baby a royal pain? Always hungry, crying, and needy? Well, let's welcome today's sponsor, Baby on Board. Assimilate Junior into the hive mind for your peace of mind and a little time off for mom, right? Okay, Baby on Board. Okay.
You're not the biggest trekker I've ever known, so I'm curious how that came into your mind.
As I say that out loud, if I was saying that in front of Dave, which I did, I often say, like, do I get extra points? Because I mentioned
yeah,
Captain Picard or Data or yeah. Next Generation. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I only watched that because I was with Dave, still am. And yeah, and as I've mentioned before, when we were, I think I've mentioned it. Anyway, a gazillion years ago when Dave and I were drowning in starting our practice and we filed for bankruptcy, and we had totally aligned with it. We weren't even embarrassed about it anymore. Turns out everybody in our world at some point had filed and it was just great. Nobody broadcasted it like we did. But anyway, but then when we get into the room with all the other debtors in that time slot of 2 to 4 p.m., whatever, and they call you up in no particular order, so you don't know where you're going to fall. And the first people that get called up, it was so fucking boring. It was great. And they get called up and they're like, okay, state your name. You're going to be recorded. State your name and then like spell out your street address, whatever it is. There was spelling involved. And all of a sudden I'm like, dun, 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 dun. It's like I can't spell. Anyway, like, oh, fuck this. How am I going to, I can't deal with this. Like, not now. And so, like, what can I do? And I thought back to an episode of Star Trek Next Generation, where Deanna Troi was talking to Reg, and Reg was very concerned about phasing in and out. And so Deanna told him, take these two fingers, and tap right here, either one, and it can calm things down. And I'm like connecting dots, like, oh, or maybe I'd already connected the dots of like, oh gosh, well, what I learned is that's where your vagus nerve is the closest to the outside of your body, right here, this like little kind of vulnerable feeling alcove at the base of your ear. And the vagus nerve goes to the heart and lungs and can, that can help reset your vagus nerve. And sure enough, it did. So I'm like, hope no one's watching. Like, no one gave a fuck if I was tapping my ear. Everyone's more interested in their own case. And will they be granted the bankruptcy, which is the prize? Yeah, still one of the best things we ever did. But anyway, yeah, calm me down. So I throw that out to you in case you need it. You might want to consider Deanna Troi telling Reg, in case you're ever phasing in and out in a situation, might just help. Okay. Anyway, all right, I have a comment. So Blanca talking about by helping feed a dog, she was able to feed herself to health. She said, we ate organic eggs, cabbage, and salt. Wow. That's interesting. Okay. And after 30 days on this diet, this sickly, blindish dog was able to see, smell, and became like a puppy.
Wow.
And
cool.
I'm guessing, Justin, so did you in your human form. Yeah, that's fascinating. Wow.
He
Thanks for
sharing. Yeah, I'll try some eggs.
Yeah.
I don't think it has to always be meat. He likes cheese too. So.
Well, probably just like his papa.
Pretty much.
Maybe maybe you could do both of you a favor and just feed him a little pizza. Yeah. Anyway.
He used to eat that. He won't eat pizza anymore. I don't know why. He used to love it. No, he won't now.
Wow. Well, okay.
So, I'm gonna go buy some steaks pretty soon. I'll just buy a big piece of meat and I'm sure he'll eat that.
Well, okay. So how about we go ahead and do some magic for the group. I smudged at the beginning, so that's taken care of. Yay me. Check. Okay, so I'm going to ground today from my second chakra, which is orange. And this woman put on a like multi-day, over like a course of a week, like 2.5 hours each time, like money seminar. And it was like, and her program, which I'm not going to do, but I appreciate all the free stuff and it's stuff I'm already doing. But her main thing is getting into like doing the energetic stuff to get your nervous system on board with making money, as women have been commodities for a long time. And now women are stepping into eventually having more money than men on the planet, which makes me very happy. Anyway, not because men could, yeah. Anyway, we don't need to go into all of that. We all know I love men, but come on. Anyway, and why am I saying that? Oh, she said the second chakra. I always think of it as the third chakra, but according to her, second chakra is really your seat of power, or at least for women. So anyway, pick a chakra, any chakra. You cannot do it wrong. So here we go. So I'm expanding my second, or orange chakra, few inches below the belly button. To give you some reference, we're expanding out that beautiful chakra energy out to the far reaches of the universe. We're opening up our crown chakras, allowing in the cosmic energy to swirl through our energy field, going down into Gaia, picking up some of her energy, and creating an interface between heaven and earth through us. So, that being said, is there some energy work to do for the group today, watching live or in the future? Yep. This is on my master menu. Yep. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In a monkey row. Yes. Okay. So it was all yeses, and then fake question. So, all right. So my name is Colleen. No. I'm testing as someone else. This is a human on the planet. No. Okay, this is somebody in non-physical. Yes. Okay, this non-physical somebody is a non-physical female. Yes. A non-physical male. No. Okay, this non-physical female comes from the light, comes from the light, comes from the light. Yes. Comes from the dark, comes from the dark, comes from the dark. No. Okay. Is she one of these guys? One of these guys? Okay, so that's my signal for an ascended master. So this female ascended master is somebody that I'm familiar with. Yeah. Okay, this is Lakshmi. This is Sekhmet. Ooh, Sekhmet. Okay. So my name is Sekhmet. Okay, I'm only testing a Sekhmet. Okay, so Sekhmet, man, I should really learn officially how to spell her name. It's like Sekhmet or something like that. Ancient Egypt, depicted with a lion or a feline face. She's a badass. She's very pro-woman, and she doesn't fuck around. So that being said, here's Sekhmet. So Sekhmet, do you have something for the group today? Yep. Okay. This is on my. Is this something that corresponds to my master menu? Yep. This is in column A, in an odd numbered row. No. Okay. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 8, 10, 10. Okay, 12. Okay. So the ever popular, it wouldn't be Magic Mondays if there wasn't a frozen or atrophied emotion. So this is a frozen emotion for the group. Yep. Okay. All right. So this is in column A, in an odd numbered row. Yippers. Okay. In row 1. In row 3. 5. Okay. Frozen anger. Dun dun dun. Okay. So this frozen anger. All right. So is there something else we need to bring light to? Or is there something around this frozen anger for the group watching live in the future? Is there something to bring light to around this? Wow. Easy for me to say. No. Okay. It's safe and appropriate to disrupt this pattern of frozen anger for the group. Okay, we're going to use a magic doorway. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, thanks, Sekhmet. Okay, this magic or this bypass circuitry. We're using a bypass circuitry, right? Okay. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. No. In row 2. Row 2. Okay. Transformation. Yay. Okay. So Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of anger for the group watching live or in the future? Yep. Okay, so safe. Yes. Okay, here we go. Let's give Gaia a moment. And by the way, if you're playing along and receiving this, you cannot do it wrong. So seriously, relax. Okay, so Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry, thereby disrupting the pattern of this frozen energy of anger for the group live or in the future? Yep. Okay, thank you, Gaia. Okay, so Sekhmet, is there something else you want to bring to attention for the group? Yes, this is on my master menu. Yes, this is in column A. Yes, in an odd numbered row. No. In row 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, same category. So either, okay, my brain wants to go to another place and I'm not going to let it. Okay, so either a frozen or a frozen negative emotion or atrophied positive emotion. So this is a frozen negative emotion. This is an atrophied positive emotion. Sheesh. Yes, okay. So an atrophied positive emotion. This positive emotion is in column A, column B, column C, in an odd numbered row, in row 1. Okay, certainty, atrophied energy of certainty. So, okay. So this atrophied energy of certainty, is this ready to be brought back to life or more usability with a bypass circuitry? Yes. Okay. This is taken appropriate from the light for the group? Yes. So we're going to disrupt this pattern with another bypass circuitry. Okay. This is in column A, column B, in an odd numbered row. Okay. In row 1, in row 3. Okay. This is so keep in mind, these are the words that I painstakingly got from my guides when this chart was created. So this is a 3-parter and it's a mouthful. Here we go. This one's called emotional autophagy, or cleaning out the garbage emotionally, interdimensional recalibration, and spiritual Merkaba reignition. So, all right. So, Gaia, are you ready to facilitate the revelation of this bypass circuitry, though, by disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of certainty for the group watching live or in the future? Yep. Okay. So, are we ready? We are. Okay. Let's give Gaia another moment. All right. Gaia, have you successfully facilitated the revelation of this bypass circuitry by disrupting the pattern of this atrophied energy of certainty for the group watching live in the future? Yep. Okay. Thank you again, Gaia. Okay, Sekhmet, do you have something else for the group? No? Okay. Are we complete with you? So, sorry, my hand was moving. So, are we complete with you? We are. Okay. Thanks for dropping by. My name is Colleen. Okay. That was cool. Yeah, man, has she been helpful throughout the years. Okay. So, is there something else energetic to do for the group today? Yes. This is on my master menu. Yes. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. Yes. In row 3. No. Okay. So that takes us to negative portals. All right. This is a dimensional spiral portal. No, this is what I playfully call a seal 'em up portal. Yep. Okay. This is in column A. Yes. In an odd numbered row. Yes. In row 1. No. 3. 5. Yes. Okay. Confusion, the ever popular confusion negative portal. So, what's a negative portal, you might ask? Well, how I think of them is they are energetic leaks to somewhere you don't want to be connected to, at the very least. So this one resonates as a confusion portal. So it's safe and appropriate to seal up this confusion portal for anybody watching live and in the future. Yes. All right. Safe and appropriate from the light. Okay. All right, have we successfully sealed up this confusion negative portal for everybody? Yes. Okay. So is there anything else to do for the group today? No. So we're complete with the energy work portion of the show. Yep. Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you, Coop, of course, for being here as always. And well, always, unless you're stuck on the side of the road in your car and your phone's dying. Whatever that was.
That's happened a couple of times. One time I had a flat tire. One time I got sideswiped on, like, well, it was a 2 or 3 car accident coming home from Danville, home from San Ramon, going through Danville. Anyway, so yeah, there's been a couple of times, but I think for the most part I've been kind of hit or miss a little bit. I've had some people come and go, selling and buying whatever. But yeah, no, I like being here. It always makes me feel better when I'm done.
Well,
even if I think everything's good, I always feel better when I'm done.
Oh, well, thanks. I'm glad. I don't know how this all happened, Coop, but this is what we're doing, and I'm glad that you're a part of it. And I'm so grateful to all of you one more time. I'm going to put it up there. If you'd like to schedule a disco call or just chat about the possibility of it, even if you feel like, I don't know, please do it. I invite you. And this program's not going away. The only thing that might be going away for a second is being an early adopter. And the group starts in just a little over 2 weeks, and very excited about the possibilities for everyone involved. So,
Yeah, cool.
anyway, and Yvonne says, "Have a beautiful week, everyone." Oh,
You too.
and Yvonne, you made me think of the whole degrees of separation thing, and I was thinking like, oh, what I don't think I said this out loud today to you guys. I think I maybe said it out loud as I talk to the universe, and oftentimes I just practice talking about what I do. And I realized that I am 2 degrees of separation from the Dalai Lama and Nelson Mandela. So
Wow.
that's kind of, yeah, Mary Morrissey is like, yeah. So I was like, last week I was talking about like Hitler, not Hitler, although, well, my grandfather helped liberate a concentration camp and had access to Hitler's bunker or whatever and took something as a souvenir that my brother has. Yoza.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like fascinating. Yeah, JD's always been fascinated with World War II. And it's so sad. I probably said this before, but like my grandparents on my dad's side, he's not my blood grandfather, but he's the only grandfather I knew, Grandpa Don. He fought in World War II. He was part of the group Audie Murphy. Like I remember Audie Murphy was a movie star, but then I
Well,
guess he joined the army.
not at
And my
first,
mom,
but yeah.
I grew up with my mom referring to him as little cutie, which is funny because my dad later when the show One Day at a Time was on, my mom would get annoyed because my dad would refer to Bonnie Franklin, the star of that show, as little cutie. But anyway, Audie Murphy was in the same company or whatever with my grandfather.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so, and he didn't talk about it, but I remember him showing us one picture once of like his platoon or whatever, and pointing out everyone who was killed in the war. And but he didn't really talk about it. But my brother, like as an adult, attempted to. This must have all gone through my fucking cold ass grandma. Yeah, she must have been miserable in her life. But anyway, like we figured they were probably pretty miserable when they always had a separate bedroom when we were growing up. Anyway, and they both smoked and drank a lot. But yeah. But my brother, I'm assuming, contacted my grandmother and said, "Hey, I want to interview Grandpa." Like he wanted to record it and maybe publish it or something. Like he wanted to hear stories. Like he wanted to hear the nitty gritty of him being in the military and in World War II and all the things he did. And my grandma wouldn't have it. So it's like they didn't give a fuck if their grandchild was saying, "Hey, I want to spend time with Grandpa and hear all about his life."
Yeah.
But she said, "I know, because my brother, as cute as he is, he was covered with tattoos and piercings, so that would look bad at their trailer park." It was an upscale, it was a very nice mobile home park, but
Wow.
anyway, sorry
That
to
is,
bring the room down. Yeah, but if you're a grandparent, well, I'm sure if you're a grandparent watching this, you're probably the coolest grandparent ever. And yeah, and it must be nice. I love hearing about people who actually had a lovely experience with grandparents because I've had what, 4 grandparents die, and yeah, like kind of no feelings around it. Yeah. So, did you have a nice grandmas?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, Dave did too, and that's lovely.
I do. I mean, my grandfathers are both pretty distant and quiet guys. Wasn't like we a lot of handshakes and stuff like that. No, not the hugs and kisses and whatever.
I don't recall handshakes ever in my family, which is great because my sweaty hands, that would have made me extra stressed out to be with those people.
Yeah. No, but my grandmas were very typical. Neither of them drove. They never had driver licenses. They got driven everywhere whenever they had to go do something. So yeah. But they're big cooking, baking, wrapping presents, all that. I don't know. Very stereotypical grandma. Yeah.
Good women. Anyway, okay, I don't know why I went down that road, but well, welcome to my future radio show, probably. Anyway, so, I mean, it's probably going to be sort of like this, except people can call in. So that I think that'll be really, I think that
Yeah.
could be really interesting. I've always wanted to have like an advice show or something. I thought it'd be more like a magazine, but okay, I can do it this way.
That'd be an interesting format. I think they should try that.
Yeah, I'm working on that too, but
Live audience interaction.
yeah. So anyway, well, thank you, my friend. As I was trying to say before, thank you, Coop, for being here. Thank you all for watching, whether it's live or in the future. I really appreciate you. If you think anybody could possibly benefit from this tomfoolery and sense of community and theme songs, etc. Oh yeah, and energy healing. Suggest this to a friend. Subscribe if you haven't. I don't usually say that, but I guess that's what you're supposed to do. Anywho, like and subscribe. Thank you.
Come on in.
Yeah.
Here, don't cost nothing.
Don't cost nothing. That's right. Okay, my friends. So hopefully we'll see you next week. Bye.
Everybody.
You are magic, magic. We are magic. Magic Mondays with Cole.